to my channel. Like, comment, subscribe, and join. You are welcome. Sweet, 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 sweet indeed.
Thank you, praise the Lord. Big Gives, the 22nd, y'all know that. Also, the marriage conference. If you missed the marriage,
I'm done pretending I want the real thing. If it's possible, can you give it, Lord? I'm done pretending I want the real thing. I really want to walk like you. I really want to talk like you. I'm done pretending.
Hey y'all, it's Nicole and I'm back with another weekly vlog. If you're new to my channel, then welcome. And if you are a returner, then welcome back. So today is actually Monday. I did open up the vlog for y'all a little bit on Sunday yesterday. I know in last week's vlog, I said it was like week 5 of school, but fast forward, it's actually week 8 of school. So I'm gonna give y'all a little bit of a story time. I'm gonna try to make it as short as possible, but I'm gonna give y'all a little bit of story time on the little 2-week gap. But before I do that, this week pretty much consists of class, and we have an exam this week on Wednesday. Today we're just going to try to get back into our normal routine. I'm going to try to work out a little bit, and then I'm going to do a little bit of a whiteboard session. Hopefully I can get that done before my study group gets together later on today after class. So on Mondays we do have class, but it's typically like a virtual meeting Zoom thing. So till about 7, 8 o'clock, however long she really wants to go, and then we'll study for our test after the class. And then tomorrow, I basically just kind of want to study, lock in all the information that we studied the day before, and then Wednesday we have our tests. So that's pretty much what this week consists of. About 2 weeks ago, my clinical group did start clinical, but I was not able to start with them. So y'all know I've been getting serious about my weight loss journey and exercising, finding new ways to exercise, you know, get out the house, meal prep, all of that stuff, right? So if you don't follow me on TikTok, go ahead and follow me. I did not actually vlog this week because I really just needed to lock in and study, but I did actually record like a little TikTok of my second exam. So thank God, to God be the glory, we passed that. That was a Wednesday that I vlogged. Thursday I woke up and I wanted to do something a little extra for exercise, so I was like, let's go on a hike. My hubby and I both used to hike before getting together, and so that's something that we've been trying to get back into, although like we're in nursing school and been pretty busy with everything. But on this hike, my husband wanted to bring my dad along, who's never been hiking before, so it was like his first time. I'm like, cool, let's go, let's have fun. We go on a hike, and it starts off like this very beautiful hike. It was so nice. I love the trail. It was nice and open, and then some parts got a little bit narrower, but it was beautiful. Here's some of the footage from that.
Oh, so yeah. What happened? Yeah. We got a
It's real cold too.
Yeah, man. Good living.
So scary. My kayak sits up higher.
You feel amazing.
Yeah, so as you can see, we're enjoying the hike. I didn't want to vlog. I just wanted to enjoy the moment with my dad and my husband and being out in the nature, especially after all the chaos that leads up into these exams. So we get to like a little bridge. Honestly, y'all, my husband tells the story better, but I'm going to try to tell it in a short version. We get to a little bridge of water, and there were like some boards laid down to kind of cross over the water. I'm holding on to my husband's hand, not really looking, I guess, to see where I was going. Honestly, I don't know. It was just an accident. But he started wobbling on the board that he was on, so I didn't want to leap onto that board. I wanted to leap onto a different board. And this board had a nail like this long. And I hopped right onto it. It goes through the ball, the middle of my foot, and was like this close from coming out the other side. So this nail is all the way through my foot. Oh, I didn't mention that we changed to like a different trail or took a different route. So because it was my dad's first hike, we wanted to do the 3-mile course, but then, you know, he was feeling good. We were all feeling good, except me. I really didn't want to do this much. And we changed our course to like the 6-mile hike. I honestly froze, and then I looked down and I looked to the left of where my foot was, and there was a nail. It was the same nail, but it was bent like that. It was bent like that. And I immediately was like, oh my God, oh my God. My dad is behind me. So my husband's in the front, I'm in the middle, and my dad is behind me trying to cross this same bridge. And so when I saw the nail, I'm like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. There's a nail stuck in my foot. I stepped on a nail, I stepped on a nail. And so they're like, okay, well, pick your foot up. And I go to try to pick my foot up. Y'all, excruciating pain. I mean, immediately excruciating pain. I'm screaming. I had my backpack on. Y'all seen in the book bag, I had my tall jug of water, and then I had my dad's tall jug of water. And then I turn around and I see this long board that I was just walking on attached to the nail. And I start freaking out. I'm like, I'm stuck. I'm just frantic. I'm screaming in excruciating pain and just agony. And I'm like, oh my God. So then I started thinking, like, oh, we had just got to the halfway mark. We're 3 miles out in the middle of the woods, y'all. How am I going to get this out? I can't get this. I can't, like, freaking out. Long story short, when we called 911, they gave them coordinates. So they had to find us. And this whole time, I'm clinging on to my husband. I'm clinging on to my dad. Like, their knees in the mud. Everything just trying to support me. Like, screaming. It was, y'all, it was, when I say a nightmare, I mean, it was literally a nightmare. But I do want to give a huge shout out to the best husband, the best dad in the world, because I promise you, I would have not been able to get through that without them. Like, they held me down no matter how they felt, how thirsty they were, how tired they were. They were on their knees trying to get all my body weight off my foot. Like, just hands down the absolute best support. And the two men that I look up to the most in my entire life, like, were there with me, going through that with me. I wanted to invite my twin that day. Thank God she didn't come. My mom was working, and it was just like a spirit in the moment kind of thing. But it turned into a very traumatic experience. I was in pain for like an hour and 15 minutes. But it was crazy because I remember when I finally see the paramedics coming, and I immediately, because y'all know I'm in the military, like, I'm in nursing school, I've seen traumas, I kind of have an idea of what needs to happen and what they need to have with them. But like I said, we were 3 miles out in the middle of this woods. There was like, how are they going to get a truck out? It was so much going on through my head. But literally when I saw them, I'm like, oh my God, they don't have anything. I was so relieved to finally see a paramedic, but they didn't have anything. They didn't have a saw, nothing. They just wanted to get there. So I had to wait additional time for them to get the saw. But long story short, the only thing I can remember, honestly, at that point was when they finally got the saw to me. I just remember him pushing something through my IV, and I'm like, what is this? And then my husband said I was like stuck in that position. But they gave me some pain medication, you know, throughout the time that we were waiting for the rest of the team to get there to try to saw the board off and carry me back through the woods. Yes, because they had to carry me through the woods. It was like a very traumatic experience, y'all, like, seriously. But all I can remember is them pushing that through the IV. My husband said I was stuck there because whatever they gave me that time was, I zoned out. I don't know. Yeah, once they gave me that, there's a lot more to the story, but I'm trying to keep it PG-13. They were able to pull the board out in the field. They pulled it out and basically got me back, you know, to the ambulance and got me to the hospital. And when I got to the emergency room, of course, the board and the nail still wasn't impaled in my foot. So, like, they just took it as, oh, it was a rusty nail, you know, puncture site, like your normal, typical thing. But they didn't understand, like, how long the nail was. And it was a pretty good size. My husband said he's gonna go back in there and get the nail and the stick my dad was walking with. But I'm like, no, I'm never going back there again. I'm never going back there again. But yes, honestly, that was a very traumatic experience. However, recovery was honestly horrible. I couldn't walk. The pain was crazy. It was definitely an experience. However, to God be the glory. And let me tell y'all something. Even in agony, even in pain, I'm like screaming at them. I'm like, somebody pray. Somebody pray, please. They're like, we praying. I'm like, no, pray out loud. And I prayed. I'm speaking in tongues. I'm praying. I'm like, Lord, I don't know who you think I am, because I know you're not going to put more on me than I can bear. But this is crazy. And I'm like thinking about school. I'm like, I'm in nursing school. I'm supposed to start clinical this week. I'm freaking out. And I'm like crying because I'm in pain, but then I'm crying because of school. I'm like, I have 3 weeks left. This is crazy. Like, what, oh my God, what if I have to repeat the semester? I'm freaking out. I'm like, Lord, just save my foot. But y'all, I'm telling you, a couple weeks later, here I am. Literally a couple of minutes ago, I just took a steps, and my foot is doing so much better. Like, I'm talking just the regular ADLs, the brushing the teeth, the using the restroom, the showering, like everything was hard. Everything. Like, I couldn't even put my foot down. The only comfortable position was on my back, my foot above my head. Like, that was the only thing. Like, it was definitely something, but I am happy and proud and so grateful to say that a couple weeks later, after advocating for myself, because the hospital just gave me a tetanus shot, they're like, all right, she's good, gave me some pain meds, a little antibiotic, and sent me home. And they told me that you're going to be fine in a couple days. So I'm like, okay. A couple days later, I can't put my foot down. I can't do anything. I'm still waking up crying in pain. Like, it was horrible. So thank God I was able to advocate for myself, follow up with the podiatrist, because the hospital didn't even tell me to do that. But I followed up with a podiatrist and caught any infection that was basically bound to happen, because Tina went through my shoe, through my foot, and this close to coming out through the other side. Like, it literally is scabbed on the top, because then I could feel it. It was as y'all could see, it was like a really swampy area. We were crossing water. There were bugs. It was but followed up with the podiatrist. They did like a mini procedure to squeeze all the pus and stuff out. So I'm really glad that I followed up with the podiatrist. Immediately after that, my foot started, the swelling started going down and started feeling better. I was able to stand up. Like, and here we are. I'm able to walk, and of course the wound is actually still open, because with foot wounds, they have to heal from the inside out. So it's not all the way 100%, but it is doing much better. And I am praying, hoping to God that I can go to clinical for 4 semester. There are 4 clinicals and then 6 preceptor shifts. So right now my group is on like the 3rd week, and I'm hoping I can try to join in with them. But even with that, God showed his hand, because my teacher was able to reach out to the dean of nursing for my school, and she was able to figure me out some makeup dates. So everything is finally working out, and I'm so grateful, because y'all, it was definitely rough. But I thank God for getting me through that, and it's like a whole new level of strength unlocked, because that was not a little nail. But yeah, that is what happened. It was crazy, and that's really why I got y'all last week's vlog kind of late, and why this vlog is actually starting on week 8 and not 6, because we already did 6 and 7. But yeah, y'all, we got 2 more weeks left of school. Not really of school, but like I said before, for 4th semester at my school, it's really like 10 weeks of academics, and then everything else is just like clinical hours and preceptorship and stuff like that. And then graduation is May 1st. Cap and gown, pinning ceremony is May 7th. So yes, I am doing much better, and we are getting back into the swing of these weekly vlogs. Now, I'm not gonna hold y'all, it's really not that much to record. I'm like trying to get y'all these vlogs, but there's really not that much to record, because we're really not doing much. So like I said, we're gonna be studying today. Tomorrow is really like a solo study day, and then Wednesday is test 3 out of 4. Yeah, that's pretty much what's gonna be going on. I'll get what I can for y'all, but thank y'all for tuning in, and enjoy.
All right, Teddy, next question. Next question goes to me. If a patient has a large amount of urine, what am I thinking they have? glucose. You know what I'm talking about.
No.
Insipidus.
Yes.
Yes. Don't tell me no. You know what I'm talking
Girl,
about.
you said glucose. What?
You know what I mean. The sugar.
Oh, diabetes.
Diabetes insipidus.
Okay. If I have an injury to the brainstem, what are the two things that are going to be affected? Brainstem.
Breathing and respiration,
Right.
which to me that's the same thing.
I know, right? He
What
said
I mean?
breathing and respiration is the same thing.
That's what I was thinking too. If I have a patient with a brain injury, the BP is high, the pulse is low, and the respirations are low, what is this called? This is called Cushing's triad. And what do I think is going on with the brain? ICP. IH. Whatever.
They have intracranial pressure.
Yeah, I broke the question up because how she was asking it was weird. But if you understand,
Say it
that's
again. What are the
Cushing's-
symptoms? High blood pressure, low heart rate.
low pulse and respirations. But the real question, and probably how we would see it on the test, is what do you think is going on in the brain? And Cushing's triad leads to ICP.
Okay.
If I have a patient that comes in with a stroke, what would be contraindicated assessment-wise in order for me not to give them aspirin? Aspirin is a what?
Anticoagulant.
Okay,
Bleeding.
right.
Losing.
So more specifically, if the patient is complaining of a severe headache, yeah, then I'm not, because that could indicate a brain bleed, and I'm not going to give aspirin.
Yes.
Yeah. What is status epilepticus?
And Menace the dentist got blonde hair too.
A seizure. It's lasting longer than normal.
So if I got a patient with clear fluid coming from the nose, what kind of fluid is it and what does it have in it? It's CSF fluid and it has the blood, which spreads into like these halo things. And then I test for glucose when I test the whatever. But what are the three things at stake?
Tissue, blood, brain fluid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
CSF.
CSF.
Baby, if the patient has a mass, what's going to happen according to the Monroe-Kelly hypothesis?
If the patient has a mass, oh yeah.
They gonna lose some blood and some cerebrospinal fluid.
Which leads to, overall, not getting enough blood to the brain. That causes what?
No perfusion?
Yeah, ischemia.
Death.
Yeah. What do we have to watch out for in a patient with a ventricular ostomy?
Affection.
Yeah.
Affection.
Affection.
Love and affection?
All of it.
I
And then
love it.
please watch to see if they have an infection.
Okay, what can a UAP do with these types of patients?
Absolutely nothing.
What are they good for? You both.
The way she called herself,
That's just raw. I ain't even singing no more. That's wrong. And now I'll never forget the answer to this one.
If I have a patient who had a spinal cord injury and time has gone by, I go to check their
But they
reflex-
can do vitals and glucose.
Yes.
Yes.
We know that answer.
Okay.
I knew that answer, which is absolutely not. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I go to check their reflexes and they're reactive. What does that indicate? It indicates that they're getting better. What is...
Oh.
Watch him in my corner while I chase study around. What is the therapeutic range for the lantern?
10 and 12.
Oh, I'm
Keep
so
moving.
sorry.
I need a better question than that. We all.
I know, right? I know, right?
What was it?
The therapeutic range
What's
for
that?
the lantern.
What's the lantern for?
Stroke. We just went over this.
Girl.
No, not stroke.
The girl.
Wait, we just went over this.
The other is,
A seizure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
if they have a head injury, what med should I be concerned that they're on?
Anticoagulant.
What's the difference between the corticate and the seborrheic?
Toes are in for the first one. Toes are out for the second one.
Which one is worse?
The second one.
Yeah,
The one with all the E's.
yeah. I ain't gonna lie, when Alan said that in class, I was
Girl.
like, thank you. 'cause- Is this recording?
No. I'm just playing.
What? Girl, and it messed up her frame and everything. See, you think you're cute? And you laying there cute, but I feel the tugging. So don't try to act like you calm. Look at his ears. His ears go like...
No, when you catch him in the act, it's the
Wait,
funniest
Teddy, don't
thing.
fall for it. Teddy, don't fall for it.
Yo, Y'all, Teddy is underneath the table bothering everybody while we trying to study.
He don't bother me. I love him.
Okay, if a patient...
It's you, Darren.
Whose turn is it? Oh. If I have a patient...
And it's Teddy's turn. Teddy Bear, we got a question. Nicole said, Teddy, sit down. You ain't getting this until you sit down. I said, well, maybe if you put a little bass in your voice, because she's all sweet about it.
She's like, Teddy.
Yeah, she's like, Teddy, sit down. Derek's just like, Teddy, sit down.
No, I don't even gotta say nothing no more.
Yeah, he just
I just
walk
hold the
over
bowl,
there.
I look at him, and then he sit.
No, Nicole was like, sit down, Teddy. They training you like you a Rottweiler and can reach the counters.
No, and then he be pissing me off because we'll be sitting on the couch and be like, Teddy, jump up here, come on.
And he can't.
And then he act like he can't. And he'll be like looking at us like, can you go? Can you go? But then you look at him on the cameras, he got a toy in his mouth, and then he just walk, look, and then just jumps right up and then lays down. And it's just like,
He's gonna be on the counter when y'all look up one day. Like, he just gonna jump straight up and sit on the counter.
Hey y'all, so it's actually Tuesday, it's the next day, and I'm getting ready to do a little solo study session. I'm just gonna write all the information that you saw us studying yesterday so that I can visualize out the flashcards and all of the information. And it's kind of like a quick review before the exam starts that I always like to go back and look over. So yeah, like I said in my last week's vlog, if you watched it, y'all need to get y'all a whiteboard. I'm telling you, it's definitely been a game changer for this semester. So yeah, I'm gonna get ready and do that. I just wanted to come in and check in with y'all. And yeah, let's go.
I found my joy, I found my peace, I found my healing here in your presence. I found my treasure, my precious in gold. The heart of my essence is here in your presence. Like ice water on a sunny day, tastes like freedom. Open air on the freeway, feels like freedom. School bell on the last day, sounds like freedom. Can you hear it? It's time to celebrate. There's a party in the heavens every single time a sinner saved. I was lost and now found, you call me home, we can celebrate. There's a party in the heavens every single time a sinner saved. No, no, no. I was lost and now found, you call me home, we can celebrate. Faith and purpose, one day in your presence. On the wrong road I knew I'd gone too far. I can hear the voice of my Father, blessed redemption was calling me home. He took my repentance and gave me another chance. Ice water on a sunny day, tastes like freedom. Open air on the freeway, feels like freedom. School bell on the last day, sounds like freedom. Can you hear it? It's time to celebrate. There's a party in the heavens every single time a sinner saved. I was lost and now found, you call me home, we can celebrate. There's a party in the heavens every single time a sinner saved. No, no, no. I was lost and now found, you call me home, we can celebrate. I was lost and now found, you call me home, we can celebrate. I found my joy, I found my peace, I found my healing here in your presence. I found my treasure, my precious in gold. Part of my essence is here in your presence. Like ice water on a...
All right, y'all. It's about 5:03. We were waiting on our teacher, but she just got here, so we're getting ready to go take our exam. Ran into Dr. Richie, but I know her as Deaconess Richie. Love to see her, and yeah, feel pretty good about the exam. Hopefully all the studying and the flashcards paid off. I'll see y'all after the exam. Hey y'all, so I just finished my exam. And overall, I think I did okay. I'm just glad that that's over and we are one step closer to being done with the semester, because Lord knows that I need it. I need to be done. I'm over it. I'm over the class. I'm just over coming to school. I'm over it all. Just wanted to come in and check in with y'all. It was kind of chaotic to kind of make this decision, which is crazy to me, but I do think she's going to do review for our next exam, because we have an exam exactly a week from today. So next Wednesday we have our 4th exam. It's not the final. The final is like an exit HESI, but yeah, I think she's going to review for that exam. I'm hoping it's an extended review. Granted, I don't think we've even learned everything. Y'all, I don't know. I just know we have to stay after. I don't know if she's teaching, reviewing. I don't really know what's going on, but hopefully it's worth it, because I don't think I'll be coming to class next week. Like I'm over it. But yeah, I'll check in with y'all later after I come back, and yeah.
Like ice water on a sunny day, tastes like freedom. Open air on the freeway, feels like freedom. School bell on the last day, sounds like freedom. Can you hear it? It's time to celebrate. There's a party in the heavens every single time a sinner saved. I was lost and now found, you call me home. We could...
Hey y'all, so it's actually a couple days later, but I did want to come on here and formally close out this vlog. So at that doctor's appointment, they basically just drained a little cyst that was kind of growing on top from the nail hitting a tendon. So it didn't break any bones or anything like that, but it did hit a tendon, which released like an inflammatory response that caused a little bit of a fluid buildup on the top of my foot. So the bottom of my foot is actually doing much better. I'm walking and things like that, but the top part was the only thing really preventing me from like putting on my shoes. So yeah, I've been kind of wearing my husband's shoes the last couple of days, but yeah, he's drained that, and yeah, I'll follow up with him next week. I did want to record like the whole thing for y'all, but it was kind of hurting a little bit, so I was like, let me put this phone down. But yeah, y'all, God is a healer. Like when I say healer, I mean healer, and can't nobody make me doubt my God. He comes through every single time. But I just always remember the promises that he made to me, his promises and his plans for my life, and I just trust whatever that is. And if he puts something in my path, hey, I must be strong enough to endure it. So yeah, it's amazing to finally be on the other side of the fence. I do not have to go to the OR. So many praise reports and blessings that took place on that day leaving my appointments, and I'm so grateful to my God. But yeah, I think I'm gonna end the vlog right here. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. I hope that y'all are enjoying
My channel. Like, comment, subscribe.
Yeah, and stay tuned for next week's vlog.
Celebrate faith and purpose. One day in your presence.